I am absolutely disgusted by what I've seen over the last few days with GLP-1 medications being advertised. And I think there's so much to unpack here. I'm here with Dr. Peter, fine cardiologist. So during the Super Bowl, which is the signature event of the United States in terms of sports, there were GLP-1 medications being advertised all the way through, including most controversially by Serena Williams, advertising GLP-1 medications for weight loss. We now have the Winter Olympics, and I have heard from people who have been watching the Olympics that they are littered with ads for GLP-1 medications. This is the route that the United States is going down. But what I really want to talk about here is what this symbolizes when you have sporting events, which are the very pinnacle of people who have made self-sacrifice, discipline, personal responsibility, pain tolerance their absolute goal. These are people who should be worshipped in a way. These are the elite sports people who have put everything into what they're doing. But yet these sporting events and even now sporting superstars are encouraging GLP-1 medications. We want to approach this with empathy and compassion, but surely the answer to mass obesity cannot be to have millions upon millions of people, including teenagers and people in their 20s, on lifelong injections. Dr. Peter, I'll let you take it forward.
Oh, sure. No, I've seen just an influx of commercials for now oral GLP-1, so you can take it even easier than injections. But it is a shame because you think about Olympic athletes or people like Serena Williams who are just really at the top of their game, who really, as you said, be worshipped. These are people who are the epitome of health, and they're out there pitching medications that really bypass everything that they probably did to get where they're at. And it's really giving another pathway of just avoiding the things that really are going to benefit you from your overall health. So we know that GLP-1s help people lose weight, but when they do lose weight, people don't talk about the lean muscle mass that people are losing. So now you're taking someone that has good lean muscle mass or lower lean muscle mass, and they lose fat, but they're also losing their lean muscle mass with that. So yeah, they've dropped 50 pounds, but then when they come off it, you have less lean muscle mass than you began with. And we know that lean muscle mass burns calories. That's a metabolic organ. So you're taking away a big driver or burner of calories in your body. So it's not surprising that when people come off GLP-1s, they gain all the way back. And it's big pharma getting in lobbying and getting these commercials out. They have the money to do so. And it's really just a shame.
Yeah, and millions of people are going for it. And yes, these medications do work, but there are so many bigger points here at play when we have a situation where so many people have fallen into bad lifestyle habits, overconsumption, mental health crisis, spiritual health crisis, people not moving, addicted to screens. So many factors have combined, really, especially over the last 7-8 years, where obesity has soared, especially in young people. And to market the solution as a pharmaceutical product, which basically, in effect, paralyzes the stomach and stops you from eating, comes with side effects. Interestingly, so 2 points here. One is that Serena Williams or any sports person, I don't think GLP-1 medications are even compatible with elite sports performance because they have to maintain their muscle mass and they have to be eating a certain amount of protein. And also the obvious conflict of interest. Her husband is a huge investor in that company as well. And it's so sad to see a top sports person who people admired selling out like this and encouraging society to go down this road. I mean, she should be there as an elite athlete saying, no, everybody, come on, take care of your lifestyle, eat well, eat whole foods, go to the gym, walk every day. She could be doing that, but instead she's pitching this. And of course, people are going to do this because it's a path of least resistance. But there are no shortcuts in real health and well-being. Yeah. Absolutely none.
There are no shortcuts, and that is a key point. But don't you think that it is a responsibility of a public figure like that, if you are going to be in the public eye and in scrutiny and be at the level you're at, where there's so many younger people that look up to you in much more ways than people probably even realize, and here you are not really showing off on how you got there, but touting a medication. You're right. No one, I guarantee there's no elite athlete out there that is doing a GLP-1 and with a rapid weight loss and the loss of muscle mass. I mean, that's a crazy idea to even think about.
Exactly. It doesn't address the root cause of why so many people are stuck right now, addicted to the wrong food, seeking food as comfort. Mental health really comes into this. And the answer is not to give people a prescription which basically numbs their whole body and stops them from wanting food, comes with other side effects. I do believe that give it a few years. We're already seeing reports of side effects, but how can it logically be a good idea to inject, it could be tens of millions of people with a hormone-like substance? When has that ever gone well? And why are doctors silent about this? I mean, there's an obvious logical fallacy. We've seen this happen time and time again. I mean, history sadly rhymes. Human beings, even the medical profession, seem to not learn lessons. And we want to approach this with compassion and empathy. We know that people are struggling, but this is not the answer. It is going to backfire, in my opinion. You cannot have people on lifelong medications to basically suppress their appetite.
Yeah, and it's a chronic disease state that's been created. And really, the message here is that you can't do it on your own. You need to be on this medication for the rest of your life, which is essentially what you have to be on if you're going to try to maintain that weight loss. And we don't know the side effects. I mean, everyone out there you may see your friends who have had great results in weight loss, but in the flip side of it, you don't see all the people that land up in the hospital with complications of paralysis of their stomach. And that's why when you have to go for a procedure or surgery, you have to stop this medication 7 days before to let your stomach kind of kick back in. And it is really, really unfortunate because it's really painting like a really bad picture for just upcoming generations on reliance of medication and not lifestyle changes. And I do feel like people start seeing on TV these people who are really thin and have that, what we call that kind of Ozempic body where they've lost so much muscle mass, and people starting to think that's a norm. And I think that's a really, really scary thing that it can do for people who suddenly feel like everyone is losing weight so fast and they need to jump on the bandwagon. It's giving almost this like sort of body dysmorphic disorder where people now are you're right, it numbs your mind, it numbs the food chat in your brain. But remember, the number one medicine for your body is food.
Yeah.
Right? Eating healthy and well is what's going to make you healthy and well. And if you're not changing, you're eating still like the wrong foods, but you're just on these medications to lose weight, there's nothing good that's going to come of this.
No, and that's why most people who stop the medication immediately regain the weight, or even faster, they regain it. So we're talking about, it's a perfect model for pharmaceutical companies. They're on it forever. Everybody's falling in line. The medical profession thinks that this is the answer, and it's not. It's logically completely a terrible idea, terrible route to go down, because you can't inject your way or pill your way out of a crisis, particularly with young people now. I mean, heaven forbid these young people, I mean, teenagers, people in their 20s should be in the prime of their lives. There should be more discussion as to what happened. I mean, all of you watching, it was extremely rare. You probably had one overweight person in your class. I know, looking back, I remember that person. There was one. And now it's like half the class. And we think that we should start these medications younger and younger rather than really address what is going on. What is going on with our culture? What's going on with society? It's not going to be easy, but I can tell you that medications are not the answer. And we have Serena Williams, and this is the culture now. And society will go down this route. And I think they're going to learn their lessons and then backtrack. And we've seen this time and time again. And it's just sad for all the people who are going to be on this medication, and then they're going to miss out on what they really need, which is intense health coaching probably, and an environment where they actually want to make their health a priority, which will result in them being in better shape, which will result in a clearer mind, better mental health as well. I don't think the answers are easy, but this is awful.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's crazy about it, and that's really upsetting, it's actually almost becoming standard of care. And I feel like most patients now, if they go see their doctor who are overweight or talk about weight loss, I guarantee you without a doubt, a GLP-1 medication is going to be talked about at that meeting. And I do worry about these younger generations and younger kids growing up in a society where again, people are just giving out these medications and not knowing that the drastic effects. We've seen a 400% increase in the past 5 years of eating disorders in young boys right now, from just having a lot of these misrepresentations of weight loss and how people should be eating and how they should be losing weight. And it's just not natural the way that this is progressing with the GLP-1s.
No, it's a bad situation, and I really fear for the future. Please do share your thoughts on what we've talked about. These medications, they do work. We're not arguing that they work because they actually forcibly paralyze the stomach and they numb your brain receptors to wanting food. But is that the way that we're going to, at least for a huge percentage of us, population, maybe the majority, is that what we're going to be encouraging? Are young people going to think, oh, the only way I can be in shape is to be on a medicine for life, and they're going to miss out on all of the benefits that come? I mean, for us personally, that's the best part of our day. Go to the gym, work out,
100%.
careful with what we eat, and we feel so much better for it.
So true. It's so true.
We appreciate you watching. Who knows where this will end? I hope that the medical profession comes to its senses, because I do think that when the medical profession actually does the right thing, society quickly follows. But we saw this during the pandemic. If the medical profession is not standing up for what is right, we can even talk about marijuana legalization. That's a whole different topic as well. Medical societies were behind that. And now we're seeing hugely increased rates of addiction and psychosis because people are getting hooked. And I do hope that the medical profession gets its act together and realize that this is insanity. We cannot continue down this route. Okay, everybody, do check in the links down below for our separate Doctors of Ojai channel and our natural health and well-being store, ohiwellness.com. If you're in the USA, North America, ohiwellness.co. If you're in the UK, Europe. If you enjoyed this video, you will also enjoy some of our other videos on how to naturally improve your health. We will speak again very soon.